commonly asked, as a tour guide or in these situations is, why Maryland? How did you go through the college process and end up making this decision? So definitely a tough question, but I have, I think, a pretty good answer to that. I, much like you guys, toured, whether virtual or in person, many colleges. I toured over 20 universities in my sophomore to senior years of high school, and I was pretty overwhelmed by all the options, many great schools. How can you make that decision and, find your own home? So going, along with my college process, I always knew that I had a strong passion for bioengineering, but also applying that within a global setting in order to improve human health throughout the world, not just, in the United States. And I really noticed when touring Maryland that they placed, not just in the engineering school, but the school in general, a major emphasis on, gaining a global experience as an undergraduate student. So like I was saying, I really noticed that Maryland specifically, in comparison to other schools, placed a major emphasis on gaining a global experience and increasing one's cultural competency through studying abroad, through these different minors like global engineering leadership, which was really unique to Maryland, and that was really appealing to me. Not only was that appealing to me, but also when I stepped onto campus, I noticed such a vibrant student culture. Everywhere you went, students were so proud to be a Maryland Terp, even not just on game days, especially on game days, but on normal days, you look around, students are decked out in Maryland gear, and they look really genuinely excited and happy to be in College Park and on campus, which I knew I loved and has definitely stuck with me. I love Maryland, and each and every day, my love for Maryland grows. So another question that I commonly get is, what is your favorite thing and something that you would change about Maryland? So I'll start with the positive note. So one of my favorite things, one reason is a bit more social, one's a bit more academic. To begin, is, as I mentioned before, the pride on campus is unreal. Being a Big Ten school is so much fun. Specifically, I'm a big basketball fan. I love to line up with some of my friends during the basketball season. We line up right outside of Xfinity to get in. We make sure to get in right when those doors open, and we rush down to get those front row seats where you're sitting practically courtside. It is insane, cheering your head off for the Terps. When the huge Maryland flag comes down around halftime, it is insane, so much fun. You're surrounded by tens of thousands of Maryland fans, and the experience is absolutely unreal. I highly recommend going to a Maryland basketball game, and I'm super excited to be back in Xfinity this upcoming fall. So check out one of these next stories for some photos from that really fun time. I was part of the University Honors Program, which is part of the Honors College. We all lived in Hagerstown Hall, and every single one of us, we'd take classes together, and we'd also live together. So the students that you're in class with, you're actually creating genuine bonds with. So all my friends I met freshman year in Hagerstown Hall, and to this day, we are still best friends. They're my go-to friends, and I really have Maryland to thank for that, for this amazing living and learning program, which really allows you to create bonds on campus very early on, which is a great way to make friends coming into freshman year. Parts that aren't quite as pretty because there's a lot of construction going on, which is not fun for me to look at. But, I think, okay, on the flip side of this all, that means that the campus is really investing a lot of money and resources into improving facilities for our students. So when you guys hope, but also has its, positives to it, but construction. One last point that I want to touch upon is my favorite spot on campus. I'd have to say that my favorite spot on campus is probably McKeldin Mall, as we like to call it, the mall. If you've been to Maryland, you've definitely been on McKeldin Mall. It's really hard to miss. It's quite big. It's actually the largest collegiate mall in America. And what McKeldin Mall is essentially the physical center of campus. And because of that and its huge size, there's a lot to do on McKeldin Mall. One of the events on McKeldin Mall that I want to highlight is the First Look Fair. It takes place within the first few weeks of the semester, and what the First Look Fair is, you'll see McKeldin Mall covered in our 800 plus student clubs and organizations tabling, and it provides a great opportunity for Another event that I like to highlight is Art Attack, which takes place right before finals in the spring semester. It really is our last hurrah before we hit the books. And what it is this massive campus-wide event that highlights student artwork, which is a great perk of a big school like Maryland. McKeldin Mall is home to many traditions that we have at Maryland, including rubbing Testudo's nose. Testudo is our mascot right here. You rub his nose for good luck. And also, we give Testudo a bunch of gifts before midterms and finals as a sort of good luck from Testudo. It's super fun. And also on McKeldin Mall is the ODK fountain, which is a really pretty fountain. And it's Maryland tradition to swim in that fountain when you're a freshman. So if you come to Maryland, definitely get a chance to swim in ODK fountain. It's super fun. So that's really all for me today. I'm super excited to have been able to share my experience at Maryland with each and every one of you guys. I hope you learned more. I also hope I got you enthusiastic and excited about the university. Feel free to ask any questions in the